In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go from 0 to 100 sales and how to kickstart your Etsy shop in just 3 weeks, even if you're starting from scratch. Now, if you're wondering, is this video for me? Yes, this video is for you if you want to start on Etsy, but you're feeling overwhelmed, or maybe you launched on Etsy, but then everything died and nothing's happening, or if you are kind of paralyzed or scared of just messing everything up. Now, most Etsy sellers struggle because they've launched without a strategy, or they are just copying what they're already seeing on Etsy, which means they're chasing other shops and they're 6 to 8 months late. Or this is a big one, when they get shadow banned before anyone even sees their stuff. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Dylan Jarvis. I've been in e-commerce for over 13 years. I started in corporate e-commerce working for some big companies like Zappos and Zulily. I was in the buying and product development, planning and forecasting side of things. Then I went on to start my own Etsy shop, and then only after $1 million in profit did I start a coaching company where we have taught over 5,800 Etsy sellers. I've helped thousands of beginner sellers get their first 100 sales. It is a science at this point, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. When I started on Etsy, I did not take it seriously. I threw up a listing, I let it sit there, and I forgot about it. 2 months later, it sold. And I realized, oh no, I have an Etsy shop. What am I going to do now? I have to ship this thing to someone. And I realized this is not like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. This platform requires strategy. And I had all this strategy from corporate e-com. So I just applied that to Etsy. Within 8 weeks of my first sale, we are making over $10,000 per month. So that is my story. And if you're wondering, is Etsy still a good idea? Yes. Etsy is a great idea specifically right now because the number of buyers is outpacing the number of sellers. Etsy is also rewarding new sellers. They give them a great boost in their first 30 to 45 days. Very few people approach Etsy with a plan when they start. So if you can start with a plan, wow, you have a really great leg up over everyone. Now, one thing I want to emphasize before we get into the steps for getting your first 100 sales is you do not need a big following on social media. You do not need to pay anything for Etsy ads. And by the end of this video, you will know how to launch your shop with a plan or relaunch your shop with a plan, how to create listings that actually rank from day one, how to build a simple product mix that will lead to consistent sales, how to avoid some big rookie mistakes that keep your shop invisible, and then how to go from Etsy as an idea in your head to getting your first 100 sales as quickly as possible. So I call this the kickstart method, and basically you're launching right, you're listing correctly, and then you're scaling as quickly as possible. So let's talk about the launch. What are you going to sell on Etsy? We want to focus on 3 things. Number 1 is a dynamic product mix. So different types of listings that have different purposes, not a mug shop or a t-shirt shop or a wall art shop. We need a dynamic product mix, so we'll have different listings that have different purposes. Next is having proven ideas from outside of Etsy. So do not look to Etsy for your product ideas. Why is that? Because then you're chasing other sellers, and Etsy is 6 to 8 months late with trends. So by the time something is allegedly trending on Etsy, you are way, way, way behind. So we look outside of Etsy for trends, and we bring those trends to the platform. The third thing is to focus on the customer need. So think about these couple of questions when you're launching your products. And if it answers these questions, you are golden. Does it help someone save time? Does it help someone save money? Or does it help someone make money? If those questions are yeses, great products to put into your shop. It's probably the easiest thing to sell. Next, if it's not saving someone time or money directly, then think about it this way. Is this a functional product that people buy no matter what? For example, a curtain or bedding or socks, right? Those are all things people buy no matter what. It's not some weird, obscure product that is kind of frivolous. I wouldn't say candles are a must-have item that everyone buys no matter what. Pillows, honestly, pillows are not a must-have item that people buy no matter what. That is all what I would call a frivolous item category. Focus on necessities and super, super functional products. Ideally, to get real specific with your launch, we want to have 7 different purposes covered in your product mix, not just a one product shop. We want to front load your product mix with loss leaders, which are low price products. You're not going to lose money, but they're not super profitable. We're going to look to trend forward platforms and brands, not Etsy because it's 6 to 8 months late. And then we're going to build the product mix around a profitable customer, someone who spends consistently on Etsy. And we're making sure that your products have product market fit with this customer. And this is a high LTV person, lifetime value of the customer person. So someone who's willing to spend a lot of money with one Etsy shop. I had someone named Shelby who took this launch strategy and she launched her shop in mid-November. By the end of December, she had 46 sales. She also had an 8-month-old and a 21-month-old. She went on to January, got over 400 orders. Her conversion rate was 6.9%. Then in February, she got 360 orders, but at that point, she's over $8,000 a month. And then in March, she got 489 orders, and that was over $8,500. Fast forward 10 months after opening her shop, she's doing over $40,000 a month. That is what launching right looks like. And a good goal when you're starting out is 100 orders per month. The second thing you need to do is before you publish the listings is optimize the listings. This is key to getting 100 sales on Etsy. The idea is you're optimizing them before you click publish. Okay, so you're optimizing them when they're in draft mode. Let's talk about optimization secrets because optimization is such a buzzword people throw around. It's not optimized, optimize it. What's that really mean? What do I need to do? Just tell me. All right, so optimization. This means how to create a listing so it gets traffic and sales. That's it. That's really it. So it's how you are building a listing. Optimization step number 1. We're starting with one listing. We're not launching 20, 30, 40, 50 listings in your shop. We are starting with one because we need you to get the process down for how to do it correctly. So one listing, launching with one, totally fine. The first step in optimization is number 1, the goal is to get traffic. If you have no traffic, you have no sales. How do we get traffic? SEO, search engine optimization. It's basically the keywords that you use and where you put them in the listing so that people find your stuff when they search on Etsy. That's the idea. And now SEO, most sellers do SEO wrong. So let's pretend that I'm like selling my earrings on Etsy. I made them from scratch and I'm putting on Etsy, I actually looked this up, oversized statement square stud earrings with hierarchical gold tone fringe dangles, pushback closer, lightweight metal alloy. I'm thinking that's what I made. That's what I'm selling. That is so product focused. You are never going to show up in the search results for who you want to sell to. So we need SEO keywords and placement of those keywords in a customer focused way. And maybe the customer is looking for trendy statement gold earrings. Maybe they're looking for gold spring accessories. Maybe they are looking for teen jewelry gift, right? Or first ear piercing gift. Those are customer focused keywords because that pertains to the purpose and the utility of these earrings, not the tiny little details of the product that the customer honestly doesn't even care about. The next part of optimization is making sure that your value proposition wins. What is a value proposition? It's the combination of your photo, your main thumbnail photo, and your price point. So that needs to be super strong. Best photo, best price point combination. That does not mean you need to be the cheapest in search. We're not selling a commodity. We are selling a value proposition. So maybe the photo is really nice branding. Maybe you're using Nano Banana to have this nice lifestyle magazine editorial looking image, combining that with a strong value. So maybe it's kind of mid-tier pricing, but maybe the photo and the products look better than the listings that are more expensive. So it looks like a better value. And then we have to have site merchandising. And this is what 99.99% of sellers miss when they launch their shops. They are forgetting site merchandising. And when I worked for Zappos, we had an entire department called site merchandising. And what did they do? Their focus was ensuring that customers who came to the website spent as much money as possible. The whole focus of site merchandising is increasing the lifetime value of the customer, basically getting a person to spend more money and buy more stuff. So in order to do that, you have to lead them on a journey through the shop. If you don't master site merchandising before you launch, you're missing a huge opportunity. And because so few sellers know how to do this, it means it's a huge way you can compete and win. Now, the third step to getting your first 100 sales and launching on Etsy correctly is all about consistency versus trend hopping. If you don't have 100 orders in your shop, do not put any holiday listings in there. Why? Because a holiday listing is what I call a start-stop listing. Why is that a bad thing? Well, because you're putting all this effort into designing and creating a listing that has a definite death date. Yes, it's going to die. For example, let's say Easter. All right, I'm going to put Easter eggs and Easter bunnies all over, and it says like, he is risen and happy Easter. That listing is going to die late March, no matter what. I cannot continue to sell that in the middle of July. So I'm putting all this effort into a listing that I cannot continue to build momentum with. So even if I got 2 sales on it, I can't keep selling it. So it's like creating momentum and then stopping. It's like driving the car 20 feet and then turning the car off. So instead of creating holiday listings, we need to get at least those first 100 orders in your shop with evergreen products, basically products that can get momentum or snowball with growth. So no holiday listings until you're over 100 sales. So think about what types of designs or listings could build momentum consistently. Sell year round, which we call in the Etsy space, we call those evergreen listings. Instead of thinking about trends and holidays, think about a customer and then their life cycle. So maybe it's so for me, I started with some wedding stuff, and then I added some baby stuff, and then some new home stuff, and then some first birthday stuff, and then some teacher stuff, and then some grandparent stuff. So I'm thinking about from, honestly, it's like the bachelorette party to the bridal shower to the wedding to, all of those events. I'm thinking about a customer's life cycle and how I can serve them over and over again for years to come versus putting up an Easter egg t-shirt and hoping I get a bunch of orders on it. Very different strategies, completely different results. So prioritize consistency over trying to make a quick buck with a trend or a holiday. And one of my favorite things to do to build that consistency within a product mix is actually to combine different categories. So that means digital and print on demand, maybe print on demand and handmade, maybe all 3 of those categories, maybe vintage and sourced supplies. That's a great combo too. And remember, when you create these listings to build that momentum and consistency, price will change. You're not locked into the price that you launch with. A lot of people launch with high pricing because they're married to this idea that they need a 40% gross margin, because they put time and effort into that design. Well, if you have no sales, you have no business. So if we start at the bottom, we got to put in the work. We got to take some hits on margin in order to get momentum. And always, always, always build your shop with the outcome in mind. Why are you starting a shop? Are you starting this for financial freedom, for time freedom, for location freedom? That will determine what categories you go into as well. Do you want to build it with an exit strategy? Do you want to build a legacy business that you can pass down to your kids? Do you want to build this to have a team and a company with employees and team members? And always, always, always focus on hourly wage for profitability, which is why we include hourly wage as part of our profit calculator. We want to know with every single product what your hourly rate is to make sure things are worth your time. And then this is a big one for consistency, but exhaust organic traffic. So I'm talking about Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so forth. I would say that Facebook is probably what I love the best for fast, early sales. It works the fastest. Actually, my YouTube editor who's editing this video, he started an Etsy shop. He did a Facebook post and got 100 sales in 24 hours. You guys, Facebook works. We have someone named Christina who's actually scaled now to over 25,000 a month. She does a combination of digital and print on demand. She actually more than doubled her stretch goal for revenue. She did over $200,000 this past year with us. And when she started with us, she was under $2,000 per month. And you can see she also writes that not doing any ads has been helping. And so truly that focus on free organic traffic, not paying for ads, it builds so much more profitability into the foundation of your business. To recap, We are launching correctly. We are optimizing before we publish listings. And then we are scaling strategically with the end goal in mind. And when you do these three things, you're not just avoiding becoming invisible, but you're actually building momentum. Now, if you are interested in getting support, we have helped over 5,800 sellers grow their Etsy shops. A lot of people ask, wait, how do you actually help people? I know you have this YouTube channel, but like, how can I get some of my personal questions answered about Etsy? And this is how we do it. I have a company of 53 people, and half of the company is dedicated to client success because we do give you 2 to 3 coaches assigned to your specific shop for unlimited daily private coaching. We do have 5 group coaching calls per week, 2 of which are with me, but you also have unlimited daily private coaching every single day, 7 days a week. Yes, mornings, nights, whenever you need it, we have it for you. We also give you weekly mindset coaching because that's a huge part in winning as an entrepreneur in general. And then that's combined and accompanied by our new program that we keep updated every single week. That program has over 500 hours of tutorials. A lot of people ask, is it like watching YouTube videos? Absolutely not. Why? Because it is step-by-step strategy prioritized for your stage of the business. And you go right in order. And we add actually about 15 hours per week of new strategy to the program, so it always stays fresh and updated. We really try to make it so failure is not an option because your business doesn't stop. E-commerce is 24/7, and so are we. Now, we've created over 400 custom packages for people, so it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's not options 1 or 2. And the reason we do that is because we believe in, like I taught you today, customer first, product second. And so we look at what do you need? How much support do you actually need? How long do you need that support for? What is your budget? What are you even comfortable with? And then we just build something to fit your needs. And that's why we've been able to help so many people. If you'd like to learn more about that, you can always book a free call with us. On that call, we'll just talk to you about what you want to do with Etsy, what any challenges are, and then what amount of support or help or guidance you even want and what fits your budget. And then, of course, if you are like, I'm so skeptical, I don't believe that I can see results on Etsy, I would love to invite you into the back end of our program right now. We'll put a link to that in the description, and then also in the comments, we'll add a link to this. But you can see our actual students posting every single day what their results are, what they're seeing, what they're focusing on. So if any part of you is skeptical that success is possible for you, check this out because this is a real-time feed of their results. I hope this was helpful today. You have all of your steps that you need to launch, and I can't wait to see how your shop does. Subscribe to this channel if you need more frameworks and tutorials for your shop, and I'll see you in the next video.